Oh, well, it looks like it's time for the babies. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Stone Root Pack, where we're here with Autumn playing WolfQuest, and this is going to be a little bit more complex than it was before, because we still technically can take advantage of having the babies as an easy prey source. Oh, Tumbleweed is feeding them. Guys, we need to go in the den for just a second. I just want to make sure that everything's fine. Let's actually check our yeah, this is why I want to make sure everything is fine. We could have stranger wolves on the way, although that does look like more normal decay to me. We do want to make sure, oh my goodness, Root is just stubbornly refusing to go in the den here. We do want to make sure that I think we're all good. That we reinforce those, but I don't think maybe it's as... Okay, Tumbleweed, no, please stay. He's very determined to go off and do his own thing, and I'm glad we can call him back. I would rather he do it and then we call him back than him not doing it. I kind of like that, but goodness, he really does just take off. I think we'll call the pups back, though. We'll make sure we play with them a little bit. We'll make sure that they do get to eat, because Tumbleweed did feed them. Could we feed them also? Yes. So we'll give them some food, make sure that they are nice and full. They are growing. They're up to, well, Mouse is 13.3. The others are all over 14. Shale is almost 15 pounds. So it will be time to look for a rendezvous site quite soon. Okay. All right. I hope that they'll have... Well, they're not going to have enough. We're going to have to run over here. I'm going to... Tumbleweed, gosh! Yeah, every time he doesn't stay by himself. Please go back. Please go back. Make sure the pups are all right. He does not stay with them by himself. And the last time we had an eagle that showed up and almost snatched them. And so I'm a little bit paranoid. But we're gonna head back here in a sec. We'll try to feed him again if we can. The drinking water thing is a really good tip that I'm still very grateful to you guys for, because boy, yeah, it is very helpful to be able to do that. I think hopefully this will give him enough food. I mostly just want to make sure that, yeah, okay. I think they'll be fine. We want to keep them in the 80s to the 90s if we can. Mouse and Root are just disappearing. These two are definite wanderers. For sure, they are definite wanderers here. And Vernal can too. Actually, all of them can, honestly. Mouse is probably going to eat a little bit more, which is good, because Mouse does need... Mouse out of everyone needs to grow the most. She is potentially a runt here. I'm not positive. Shale, do not shove your sister out of the food, please. Alright, we'll let her finish. And I think everybody's good now, so let's send him back in the den, and we're gonna take off and go do a sweep around the border of the territories, and maybe a hunt. We will see. We're gonna ask Tumbleweed to follow us here. Okay, we've got our first baby of the season somewhere around here, but we need to figure out what kind it is, because right now the only thing we're allowed to hunt is elk, and as you can see there, that's a mule deer, so we're gonna let it go. We're gonna try to prevent any accidents from occurring. Sometimes the babies kind of overlap, so we're gonna try to only hunt the ones that are okay. I mean, I guess if we accidentally hunt something, I guess they'll let us keep it, but like, we're gonna do our darndest not to. We're gonna always try to find the mother. We can always hunt the hares, though. That'll help us. There is an elk herd emerging from the water on the other side there. That might be more reliable, though we'll have to go... Are they crossing back? No, some of them are just swimming. We would have to go all the way around, and the problem with that is it's now late enough in the year that the elk are going to be a little bit stronger. I think I'm not going to risk that right now, because I think we can probably find enough between hunting hares and hopefully finding some of the babies here, but we'll see. We might have to change that if we start having problems. Oh, we've got another mother, and I'm going to mark this scent post. We have to keep a more careful eye out for the mothers, and we do need to be... Oh, this is an elk. Okay, I was gonna say we need to be more persistent about actually finding the babies, because otherwise, oh, we can catch this hare. Otherwise, we are gonna have a harder time finding food. The reason for this too is Autumn's challenge, where if she takes an injury from a prey animal, she can't hunt that prey animal. Now, if she takes injuries from everything that could possibly injure her, we're not gonna restrict her to hunting hares. We have some special circumstances that'll let us calculate which animal we can switch back to hunting, but she's trying to find which one is going to be the least dangerous. And so far, the only animal that she hasn't taken an injury from is elk. Yes, she's even been injured by beavers, and she was definitely injured by moose. Oh, I found it. All right, we got to get it quickly before the mother gets here. And we did. All right, we'll let these guys eat this one. It is an elk calf. And the way, okay, we got our quest complete for that too. The reason that we can hunt the elk calves but not the mule deer fawns is that we took damage from an adult mule deer. We took damage from a doe earlier in the year, and it applies to the entire species in this case. So we're still able to hunt any kind of elk, but we're not able to hunt any kind of mule deer, and so we do need to be a little bit more picky about actually hunting the elk calves when we do know we've come across them, because we're gonna have half as many chances as we normally do, pretty much. Oh, there's a plastic cooler over here, apparently. We haven't noticed this before, which is really weird because we've lived in the den that we were in was right behind us. I guess we'll go grab this then. I don't know if we're gonna bring it all the way back. Maybe we'll stash it at the old den. I don't know that, like, Autumn is kind of too preoccupied to bring all of the stuff back to the den. Like, we haven't transferred over all the old things that we found just yet, but she's definitely curious, and so I think we will grab this, unless it's across the river. Oh, please don't be across. It is across the river. All right, I guess we can still go for it. I could have gone just a little bit downstream. But yeah, I didn't know that there was a cooler over here. I know there's a few in other places around the map, but apparently there's one over here. Yeah, right here. Okay, let's go ahead and grab that, and then we'll get the heck out of Stranger Wolf territory before bad things happen. There's also beavers over there. I guess that is the beaver pond. Huh. Pretty interesting. Oh, there we go. And I think, yep, that was hers. So yeah, we're gonna always try, so to make sure that we're getting the right calves, or that we're getting the calves and not the fawns, we are always gonna make sure we find the mother before we start a hunt. But there can be cases where one radius overlaps with another, so you'll have an elk and a mule deer that are close enough together that you can't necessarily tell which is which. But if that's the case and we get the wrong one, that's fine. It is what it is. We just have to verify that there is an elk mother in the area and that we're reasonably sure we're going after one. Because ultimately the challenge is Autumn's perceptions of things, which is that right now mule deer are more dangerous than hunting elk. If she accidentally manages to snag one and gets away with it, that's fine, I suppose. But, oh, there's coyotes. Stay away. But we're going to be doing our darndest to not let that happen. And I think that's a mule deer. Yep. I think that's a mule deer. I'm pretty sure that's a mule deer. But, yeah. This is actually probably a perfect place to try and hunt. Like, this is a really good spot for this. We were just coming to mark this scent post here. But you can see how open it is and how little extra grass there is. It might be worth poking. Tumbleweed, what are you doing, my guy? Might be worth poking around over here, I guess. To see if there's any other mothers that we could find who are... have these grass patches more in the open, I guess, because otherwise it can be very easy to lose them in the woods, and this is both very open and much less grassy. Now, we kind of do need to head back because we're pretty tired. We marked mostly everything, but this side here could be a bit of a problem. We'll see. But I think we should be able to feed these guys now, at least. Yes, and they're already fairly well fed, so I guess that's not as big of a problem that we didn't bring it back as much food. We do need to be very mindful of that, and I think Tumbleweed is pretty full. Yeah, he should be able to feed them as well if he needs to. But the biggest issue is that our affinity got super low. So I think we are going to go ahead and, for one thing, move these guys back in the den here, because I see an eagle in the distance. I think it's leaving, but we need to be really cautious of that. Yeah, I think we're all right, but that's a little bit nerve-wracking. We're going to keep a close eye on them, but we are going to play with these guys, feed these guys, and then let them get some sleep, and let us get some sleep as well, because we're real tired here. Oof, we slept fairly far into the next day, and I'm sending these guys in the den. Wisely, apparently, because we've got wolves coming in. I think it's just the one. I think it's just the one. I still see it circling. Yeah, you better not. You better not. Get out. Get out. Yeah, who are you? Junction Butte 3M. Oh, the territory. Oh my goodness. All right, well that's why. Oh boy. Tumbleweed, you're gonna have to probably stay with the pups. We'll let them back out in the open for now, but we need some food. We are gonna need, oh goodness, yeah, it's gonna be slightly rough day perhaps, because we need food, and we need to do a lot of territory marking, and the affinity is low enough that we probably can't afford to bring Tumbleweed with us. So, yep, Autumn's going off by herself, I guess. Tumbleweed, my guy, I know you're heading off, but, like, it's gonna be better if you stay this time, trust me. Hello? Why do I... Who are you? Who are you? Prospect Peak Wolves. 3 of you. Get out. Get out. You're lucky that I'm slow. Yeah, this is why our territory is like this. Well, we're gonna go take back from them what they are hecking around with. Oh, there's a mule deer here. I was wondering why that territory went down so fast. Hold up. Why did I hear Stranger Wolf music? Why did I hear Stranger Wolf music? Why are you around here still? What are you doing? Get out. Get out. Oh, it's 1M. Yeah, you can leave. Get out of here. I had just decided that we actually do need to hunt because the stone crop herd is here. But then I find Junction Butte just chilling in our territory, so I've been marking a little bit more while I'm waiting for Tumbleweed to get here, because unfortunately we've only been finding mule deer, and so even though the elk are going to be stronger now, we do need to risk a hunt, because we're getting pretty dang hungry, and that's going to be a real problem if we're not careful. Oh, the herd has already taken off running, apparently. Well, I hope Tumbleweed gets here quickly, because they're on the move. Tumbleweed, I guess we'll wait and see. Oh, they're running in a not great direction either. We'll see if we can maybe scare them this way. But I don't know if they're gonna have any chance of... Oh yeah, they're just running. They're gonna go in Junction Butte territory at this rate, so I'm gonna not chase them. We're gonna wait for Tumbleweed to get here. Hopefully they'll calm themselves down and go in a better direction once we get here. But this is the stone crop herd, so I'm very dubious. I also don't know who's generating this music. Is it an elk or a mule deer? I can't tell. I think it's a mule deer. I think I see her back there. So no hunt for us, apparently. Not until Tumbleweed gets here. Hey, buddy. Okay, the herd's up here. We're going to try and scare them in the opposite direction. They are pretty quick to run the other time. So hopefully they will be this time, and hopefully they'll just head straight the direction we're facing and not run past us and into Junction Butte territory, because that would be horrible. Tumbleweed, be careful. Oh goodness, this hill is not great for hunting either. We really need them to move. Some of you guys ask, why do you always scare the elk? The reason that I always scare the elk before chasing them and attacking them rather than doing this is because they can kick you harder here, so you'll take more damage if you're attacking them head on when they're not that weakened, and you generally take less damage when they're running, so it's advantageous in that way. Oh, we gotta watch out though. Are they starting? Nope, they're not starting to run. I am gonna start biting them here, though, because they're, okay, she's pretty strong. Sometimes when you start biting them... Oh, Tumbleweed, no, we don't want to go after that one. She's too strong. A lot of the time, when you do that, they will scare, just like they did here. Okay, she's also very strong. The trouble is we may not have much choice but to go after a strong elk, because we're also running out of affinity here. Okay, she's a little bit weaker. We might find one that's slightly better. Are they heading in a terrible direction? Not yet. So we have the chance to do a little bit more biting and just see. These guys really just ran straight for the river. Okay, now we need to worry because they're going to start going in Crevice Lake territory. Alright, this does give us the chance to maybe catch up to some of them, though. We'll see. Let's start doing some bites. What about you? You're still pretty strong. You're fairly weak. Alright, this is the one we're going after. This is the one we're going after, except we need to let our energy regain. We need our stamina back. No. At least it's not as bad as when we're hunting the mule deer. Oh, these heckers are just gonna sit in the stream, aren't they? Get out of the water! Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. All right, well, there's a crossing here, so yeah, I'm gonna go for you here. Oh, we got out, we got out. There we go. We can do some damage. We can do some damage. All right, we want to make sure we don't get kicked off, though. I'm trying to avoid that, as you take more damage when you get kicked off. Oops, she's turning. All right, we've got her down low enough. We should be all right. Oh, she's gonna pull us straight in the water if we're not careful. All right, we'll get out. It's hard to hang on as she runs in there, but if we can get her down on this side of the river, that would also be ideal. Oh, Tumbleweed's doing some damage, and we did get a bite there. I was worried we were not gonna, and that would not have been good. All right. Whoop. There we go. If you miss your bite when you're right up close like that, it often doesn't end well. It can get you very much kicked in the face, and we need our stamina back just a bit. Tumbleweed, could you go after her for a second? Or never mind, I guess I'm probably okay-ish by now. Yeah. Our attack will go way down when our stamina does. All right, let's see if we can bring her down this way. And there we go. That's not too bad. We'll mark the carcass. No injuries, so that's another successful elk hunt, and hopefully this carcass lasts a bit because we still do not have affinity, so we really need a day when we're not out and about running around doing everything. The one really good thing about this time of year is that we can now actually properly bring back meat chunks for the pups and not just, or hairs or whatever, not just have to regurgitate. That's definitely going to be very, very helpful for us now. There is also a storm blowing in, but it's good we got back when we did because we are very, very tired. Hopefully that'll be enough to feed these guys though. And Mouse is getting pretty close to 15 pounds, so next time we may actually be heading off to a rendezvous site. Gosh dang it, they're all across the river. Are you kidding me? I guess there's one way down here. Hold on. Oops. There's one way up in the Bison Peak Bluffs. There's one over by Hornaday Creek as well. Most of them are across the river. The close ones are across the river. So we'll have to see what we end up doing with that next time, because that might be its own challenge. And I have a feeling that it's not going to be too much longer before we have to move, which is for the best, because I'm tired of dealing with eagles. It will be very good when we do not have to deal with the eagles anymore. But with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.